So that's a kind of safer way of getting them using different YouTube-based videos or different resources. You can link to a web page, you can link to an image, it doesn't have to be a video or some text. And you can actually get them to leave messages there themselves if you want to. And that's called Woolwisher. Again, it's free. You can set up as many of these different boards on different subjects as you like, and they can be unlimited sort of size. You can have 20, 30 or even 100 different resources that you link to there if you want to. Okay, so that's Woolwisher, and those are some of the pros and cons. Okay, those two things that I've just shown you, Simplibox and Woolwisher, they're both ways of presenting your students with sort of mixtures of different media from around the web that are authentic. So just have a quick break, ask the person next to you which one that you preferred the most, which one do you think is best for you or best for your students. Ask the person next to you, go on, while I have a break. Okay, you've had enough of a break. I don't want to spoil you too much. Okay, so anybody who preferred Woolwisher, you can put your hand up. Anybody who preferred Simplibox? Yeah. I mean, they both have different uses, and I use both of them in different ways. I mean, one of the nice things as well is if if you don't have connectivity in the classroom, or you're worried about using the internet in class with your students, you just give them the hyperlink to the resources, and they do it at home. So you can set them up to do those kinds of tasks and interact with the real web from home, and still offer some kind of control. Takes a lot of pressure off. This is another tool that I like for if you want to use YouTube videos. Often, you find a video that's very nice and it's either far too long, or you don't want students on YouTube because they can see other things around it, including advertisements. And this is something called Safe Share. So one way you can use it is if you find a video that you want from YouTube, you just put the URL in here and click create, and it creates a kind of frame around the video so that they just see that video. But what's also useful is you can actually direct it to just the part of the video you want. Yeah, go on. Yeah. I'll show you what it does. This is an example. I wanted an example of, for my students, of going into a hotel and booking a room. I knew that there was a very good one in The Graduate, but I didn't really want my students to see the rest of The Graduate and other clips from The Graduate, because I'm kind of selfish like that, and I just watch them on my own. So it was about an 8-minute long clip, and I used it to sort of section it out. And so this is what my students saw. So it's kind of sectioned out. They're not seeing anything else from YouTube, just the video. They're not seeing any comments, and they're only seeing the part of the clip I want them to see.
Yes, sir?
A room. I'd like a room, please.
A single room or a double room?
A single, just for myself, please.
Could you sign the register, please? Anything wrong, sir?
What? No, nothing.
Do you have any luggage, Mr. Gladstone?
Luggage? Yes, I do.
Where is it?
What?
And where is your luggage?
Oh, it's in the car. It's out there in the car.
Very good, sir. I'll have a porter bring it in.
Oh, no. I mean, I'd rather not go to all the trouble of bringing it all in. I just have the toothbrush. I can get it myself, if that's all right.
Of course. I'll have a porter show you the room.
Oh, well, actually, I just as soon find it myself. I just have a toothbrush to carry up, and I can handle it myself.
Whatever you say, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was the section that I wanted of him booking into the room, and so some of the language there, you could actually use it for hypothesizing about, why is he so nervous, and, things like that. And if you know the film, you probably know why. But so that's a useful, Safe Share is a useful tool for just selecting, a section of a video that you want to use and just showing that section without having to show everything around it, without having to show the advertisements around it and the other clips, and which might be unsuitable. So that's kind of a handy tool. And it's very quick to do. You know, it only takes about 2 or 3 minutes to create that section and just click a button. I won't show you now, but so it reduces those kind of distractions of other things that always pull students away, and it takes students to precise points in a video. So you could actually hone it down to just one sentence if you want some sentence examples of particular grammar points. And the disadvantage is still possible to click through to YouTube from there, although it's less likely to happen. And it won't bypass any blocking. So if YouTube's blocked in your school, then this isn't a way of bypassing that. It will still be blocked. But it might help with some things. Again, this is something slightly different and another way of approaching sort of accessing video. And it's a site called Kidios, which has been built by teachers, which selects videos from YouTube or from around the web that are particularly useful for different age groups, and you can see the different age groups at the top. So if you want to cut down on the time that it takes to find an appropriate video to use with your students, then this is kind of a really useful tool for doing that, or a useful place to do that. You know, and it's kind of policed by teachers, and oh, it looks like you can download the videos onto your iPhone now as well. And it shows the different age groups. So if you're looking for sort of videos to use and you want to sort of restrict how far you have to look for something that's appropriate for your age group, then this is kind of a useful place to do that. So some pros and cons: safe video sharing. It's community created and policed, but you have to register if you want to look for more than 3 videos, I think it is. But that's not a bad thing to do as a teacher. You know, to register is okay. You know, it kind of makes the whole process safer. This is a slightly different tool that you can use once you've found an appropriate video if you want students to access it and maybe create some kind of quiz or learning materials around that. There's a site called ESL Video. Have any of you seen ESL Video before? Yeah. Okay, so not many. So we'll have a quick look. An ESL Video is a website that's been created to help teachers create quizzes around YouTube videos or online videos, and it's a nice tool for creating homework activities. And what it does, you register on the site and then you copy the code of the video you want to use, and then you can create your own questions around it. So here there's some multiple choice questions. Students watch the video and select the answers to the ones they want. And at the end, they get kind of a bit of feedback about whether their answers are correct. So I'll submit and we'll see how many I got right. Yeah. I got 0 out of 8 there. So obviously I'm not a very good student. But there's quite a resource of videos and quizzes already created around them at the moment. So if you don't want to create your own, then you can sort of go there and just find something that's appropriate, because again, they are leveled. So there's the ability to vote on them, to tell people if they're any good or not. So some people think that one's good and some people think it's bad. As a teacher, you can also go in and create your own classroom, in which case you get a special code that you can then give to your students. So when your students go there, they enter the code, and then when they answer the questions, their answers are collected. So you'll know whether they did the test or not, or whether they did the quiz or not, and you'll know what their score was and how many times they did it. So that's kind of useful as a kind of management tool if you want to manage their learning and give them these things to do for homework. If you have your own blog or website, you can also get the code to embed the quiz into your own website. So if you want to create a quiz there, you grab the YouTube video, create your own quiz, and then grab the code to put that quiz into your own website, so that they don't have to go to ESL Video. So that's a nice thing to do if you have your own blog or you have your own website where you share resources with your students, or if you have something like a learning management system or a Moodle. That's kind of handy. I was going to say something else and I forgot what it is now. No. How many of you do have a blog or a website? Can you put hands up? Yeah, so quite a few people do. Yeah, I mean the other side of that is if you can actually get your students to create their own quizzes based around the videos and create quizzes for each other, which is kind of nice too. Maybe you select the video and then they make the quiz. Because they're probably pretty good at it. I'm sure my daughter's better at this stuff than I am. So that's something else that's useful if you want to get students using video, and they can do them at home. And again, it takes the stress off you to use things in class. I'll give my voice a break, give you 30 seconds with the person next to you. Try and remember how many websites or tools have we been through so far, and what are they? Go on, with the person next to you. See if you can recap. Okay, so how many? 10, 9, 12? I'm getting lots of different answers. 16? I'm sure it wasn't that many. You'll have to download the presentation afterwards and find out. Okay, you can find out who's right, because I can't remember either. I'm sure it's not that many though. So some pros and cons of that. We're running out of time, so I'll push on to a couple of other things that these are software things, computer games. You know, we all know our kids like computer games. And so these are some that we can use in a kind of useful way. This is one of my favourite and my daughter's favourite games. It's something called Spore. Has anybody played Spore? Spore, yeah. It's a bit like Sims, only you create life and watch it develop and grow, and it can travel to other planets and visit other planets. And as a promotional tool for Spore, they developed what was called the Creature Creator, which is free, so you can download it and install it on your computer, and then you can make your own creatures. And this has some really nice kind of features for students, so I'll kind of show you this. We'll do some creature creating together. I hope. There it goes. Might take a little while to boot up. But, well, one of the downsides of this is it's quite a big software program, so it takes a while to download, but it is free, this part of it at least. And it is kind of nice, I like it. We're nearly there. How many of your kids play computer games? Yeah. How many of you play computer games? That's more. Okay, that's good. So you might enjoy this. Yeah. I'm not going to register right now. Okay, so I'll show you first that you create your creatures. You can create your own creatures. So you start off with the body here, and you can adjust the body a bit. We'll add a head. So now we need some eyes. What kind of eyes shall we give it? These kind of eyes? Are those kind of... The first ones? No? These ones? These ones? No? How about...